friends, Kelly here. Welcome back to my channel. It is November 1st and it is time to start Gratitude Documented. And I wanted to do a update. I know it's already the 1st of November. I'm doing an update. But I wanted to do a quick tiny little update to my setup video that I posted. Was that yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I just spent some time going through last year's gratitude document projects, which, surprise, surprise, I did not finish, but I'm feeling super inspired. And I think it really helped me find a direction I want to go with this. So I wanted to give a quick update. And then I am going to work on my very first page for the month. With this having been said, once I get through this, but I will have to do that late in the evening, so it will be my artificial lighting, which I hate, but I have some natural light, so I wanted to quick go through this. So here's what's on my desk. This is last year's project, which I know I have some videos for, so I'll make sure it's linked. I, once again, didn't finish, so I'm really hoping to push through and do this whole project this month. I was so proud of myself last year for Advent. I got it all done, which I'm also really looking forward to, but that's for another day. Okay, here's what I wanted to share. Last year I did a tag flip, and I made quite a few tags, and I love them. They're super inspiring. They're really cute, and I really loved this part of the project. It was really just kind of playing and decorating. Okay, so I have this out on my desk now, and I have it attached to one of these little open frames, which I think it's super dusty, but it's IKEA. So that I am displaying all month long so I can see it, either here in my office at home, or I might bring it to work. I don't know. Then I had started a mini book, a very simple mini book where I was just documenting moments of gratitude in a very simple way, with a, I don't want to say date, but a number on one side and then a photo and some very small piece of journaling. And very small, very small. So I had started that process. It was really nice to look back through this, even though I only did a few days in the book. I also had set myself up to continue, and gratefully, none of these are truly date driven, so I can go back and actually finish this, which I'm really motivated to do. But I had already filled out several little journal cards with and attached a photo, or included a photo, so that I could come back and just document these. So I already have several photos, and even if I don't know my intention then, that's my daughter Gwen, she's such a goofball. I know that that's what I want to talk about. I know this one, I want to talk about the light that comes in, the sunlight, and how it's becoming more and more important as the winter approaches. So I have all these little moments that I know kind of what I was thinking when I printed them out. So I want to continue that in this book for last year. I do want to capture those moments. Then I had started this little tiny notebook, and this is where I was doing the deeper diving into scripture and really taking my time with just a little bit of study. And that looked a little different every day. And again, I did a video that I explained this whole process. So having come back to this a year later, I was very inspired to kind of follow the same type of formula. So that is what I'm going to do. I am going to work through the scripture pieces and study pieces in this little notebook. And that's going to be something that is going to be off camera. That's something I'm going to just do daily as a practice. And I'll do the same probably thing I did here, and that I'm going to go back and print all the digital pieces, which I have here. I'm going to print those out into sticker form and then just quickly decorate this little book. But it will be this one. Oh, I was interrupted by my youngest and I lost my train of thought. At any rate, so this will be kind of my in-depth study, whatever piece, off camera. Maybe I'll periodically share kind of how I'm doing, but that is going to be something I do just more privately so that I can focus more on the creative piece in this series, and I won't have to worry about that. So what I did was I printed out in two a page. I'm so grateful for Margaret at Seven Plaza for talking about how she does that, because it had never even occurred to me to do that. And so this is all the ephemera that came with the kit. You get the digital version when you buy the physical kit. And so now I kind of have it in two different things here. I can fussy cut this out and use it, or it's kind of like a map, so I can see what I have. So I printed that out. I also found, they just released, Illustrated Faith released some new digitals, and these are gorgeous. These are these giant moths. This is on clear sticker paper. This is on that Epson presentation paper, or kind of like a matte photo paper. So this is what it looks like. So I printed that out. I printed just this page on clear, and then I did that same trick of 2 to a page. So those are gorgeous. I'm excited to play with those. So as I started sitting down to think about how I'm going to construct this project today, where I want to start, what page I want to start on, I lost the little thing. There's a little title that goes with the first day. Where's the little postcard? Yeah, so each day has kind of a theme. Like today is singing and making melody. I have nothing of gratitude I want to talk about today with singing and making melody. I just want to talk about a beautiful, beautiful sunrise, which I will put that photo in for you here so you can enjoy it. It was spectacular. So I really have decided that I want to continue to do the little gratitude documented album, scrapbook style album, in some way. So that is now the direction I'm going to go into. So with that said, this is going to follow, like I had said in my previous video. Well, no, I take that back. I'm not going to really follow a prompt list in this particular part of the project. I don't know why I keep pointing this. This is not what I'm talking about. Why I have all this. So I'm still going to do the same thing. I'm going to do individual pages that are going to be tab bound together and held in some sort of little case. I have an idea now, and I'm super pumped. But I'm going to create individual one-page pieces that are going to all come together as a junk journal. And each one of those pages is going to be a focus on a moment of gratitude. So going forward in this project, I am not going to be following a prompt list for this piece. I am going to be following the prompt list for the little private journal piece I'm going to do. I hope this makes sense. But I wanted to be clear about my intentions so that I don't seem wishy-washy. I really hadn't figured it out and I was really struggling. Now I have a plan. So with that, I am going to go ahead and get started on my first piece, and that is going to be including that gorgeous sunrise. All right, let's get started. So first thing I want to do is refer back to my note sheet. This, again, is my ideas I want to use for building the pages of this book. So with just this in mind and the kind of prototypes I already have on my desk, I'm going to take a look, and I think I already know I want to start the very first page with a little file folder. So this is what I'm going to use. And in fact, I'm just going to use this one. When I was creating it, I did the notch on the wrong flap. I wanted it to be this side. I couldn't. I intentionally had cut it so that this piece was longer. So I notched out. So I just put a little piece of packing tape and stuck my little piece back in there because I'm going to cover this up anyway. So let me go ahead and pick out something to cover this up with. I know I'm going to have to cover at least this part and potentially the whole thing. So do I want to stamp or use pattern paper or both, or background paper? Let me see what I can find. So keeping in mind that this is my first page, it's not necessarily my title page or cover page. I could end up putting something on top of this, but this is going to be kind of the beginning. So I really want to set the tone for myself because I know myself well enough to know that if I set the tone on this, the rest of it will kind of follow. So I really want to go grungy and vintage and maybe a splash of color, I think. So I'm going to find something to cover it that kind of helps me go down that road. Let's see. If I were going to go with the actual prompts, which now I've put that list away, but it was singing and melody, I think. I've already forgotten. I could have used some music paper. But that's not the topic I want to cover on my first page, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so let's see what we have. I do have all this scrapbook paper I've already pulled out. I could use a bit of that to add in some color. I kind of like that idea. Then I have, what do I have? I have all of these pieces from the Ultimate, look at, I put it in here, Vera at, I don't know how to pronounce this, very, I don't know, but it's Vera's shop, and this is the Ultimate Ephemera, Ultimate Vintage Junk Journal Ephemera Kit. I don't know, it's linked. It's fantastic. Okay, so, ooh, that is really pretty actually because it's got the pinky peachy color. That could work. I have a lot of little bits and pieces here. This is really fun. I stamped off on that just to kind of check how that looks. I could do a pocket on the front, just get going with that. I like this piece a lot. So I'm going to pull those out. I'm not going very deep into this, am I? I'm just really not going to overthink this. Just grabbing some stuff. That's cool. This is so neat. I can't wait to use that. That's so cool. Okay. I don't think I'm going to overthink this. I am going to include a photo in some way, and it is going to be of a, well, you guys have already seen the photo. It is a beautiful sunrise. I haven't printed it yet, but I will. So I don't know how much more I'm going to need to play with. Let's just see if anything jumps out at me. I think I'm going to play with what I've got. I also could pull labels and tags and all the things. Plus I want to use a little bit of the pieces from the kit. And I did pull on my desk the stuff I was using for Fear Not. And I think these things will still incorporate well into this project, especially the fall pieces, the leaves. I love these. I think I'm gonna have to print more of those, and I think I'm gonna mirror them. Next time I print them, I'm gonna print 2 sets or 2 pages and mirror them so I could use them that way. I don't know how to do that yet. Well, I know I figured it out, but I will try that. Okay, let's just play with this and some of the ephemera that came with the kit. I'm still not 100%, but I feel like I'm getting better. So that's good. But I'm telling you what, the sinus infection is taking its toll. Okay. Do I want to just cover the whole thing? So, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm tempted to do some layers, but I think it's because I just did that with that large journal card that I made for Fear Not. I could do a side tuck pocket thingy. I don't know what's going in there. Plus I have to be mindful of the picture. Maybe I should print that out. No, I don't want to bother with that right now. This is going to be really fun to do some stamping on. I really like this here. Well, I know I have to cover where the tape is, so I think I am going to do a pocket, and I think I'm going to use this with potentially this, or maybe this. Okay, I think I have an idea. I might just focus on this piece as the first page. This might get me through the first 4 days because I could do page 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I could sew this shut and create a pocket. And then I have an extra space to put maybe things in the front of the book. Maybe I want to do that. Pockets. I think I'm feeling a lot of pockety stuff here. Okay, let's do some grunging. It is 8:40 at night, and my 5.5-year-old is whooping it up out there. And I do not know what my husband's thinking, but I know bedtime is upon us. Yes, my child goes to bed late. She's a night owl, and so we have just stopped fighting it. Okay, I think we need, let's see what we've got. I've got my, I love that one. coffee dye, staining, whatever this speckly thing is. And I have this, I guess it goes this way, whatever that is. I don't know if I want to use that. I'm not worried about that one. I think I'll start with, although I have my splatter stamp. What do I want to do? I want to try this and see what this looks like. Uh-oh, I'm transferring. I better clean this first. Okay, I had to clean it off because what was happening is I was picking up the ink that was already on here and transferring it onto my pad. And I don't know if that's a problem, but I don't really want to risk it. So, and also it was really kind of making a weird color. It wasn't quite true. Oh, you can't even see that. Wait, did I get it on there? Yeah, that's definitely not antique linen. That's doing absolutely nothing. I don't know. I think I want it to be dark. No. I had to step away and think about this for a second because I feel like this was just a exercise in grunging for no good reason because I'm really stuck on what I'm going to put below it. So I think that that was all for nothing because I have a feeling I'm going to end up covering most of it anyhow. Because my thought, I kind of came in with an idea and it fell apart immediately and I did not like it. So you won't even see it because I'm taking it all out because it wasn't going anywhere, friends. Okay, I need to readjust here. Okay, I needed to think. This is going to be my very first page. So it's, like I said, I want it to really set the tone. And the tone I want to set is color, grunge, vintage, gratitude. So how am I going to accomplish that with what I have? Okay, I really want to use this as my piece of color. I want to include another pocket, or I want to make a pocket of some sort. I don't know why. I don't know what's going in it. Maybe some sort of hidden journaling thing. I'd love to use one of these, but oh, that is beautiful. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen. So that I might come back to that. But I also have this little bin of all the ephemera, which I would love to use. So I gotta go through that too. So back to this situation. Now I think I'm going to cover the whole thing. I think I'm going to end up using this somehow as a pocket. The photos, I think I got to print my photo. I'm just going to do it. That's the problem. Yeah, printing the photos was a smart idea. So now I have a whole page of photos I can work with going forward. So this is the one I want to use. So I'm going to trim that out. Okay, now I think I can actually do this page and not falter. And feel like I have no idea what's going on. So let's go back to the plan. So this is going to cover majority of it. I think I'll do some stamping up here. I'm going to create a pocket with this. This is going to sit over it in some fashion. And then inside the pocket will be like a little tuck spot for journaling if I so choose. So let's get this cut out. So this is a paper, a digital paper. I don't even know what collection it's from. Probably some Maggie Holmes or something. I don't know. In the past, I've bought a lot of digital collections from AC Digitals. So your typical Maggie Holmes, crepe paper, you know, name any of those kind of things. Collections, which I still like. They're cute and all, but that's just not really kind of the vibe I'm going for right now. I'm definitely more into the vintage ephemera kind of space. But for background papers, this is good. So this is just kind of like a peachy colored ledger almost. And then through Canva, I always print, not always, but I typically print and create all my background papers that I can through Canva. I just searched up like a a tea dye or a tea stain or coffee stain or some sort of splatter, and that's what I did. And I just dialed the opacity down, would be down, to give it that look. So I don't even know if this is picking up on the camera, but there's like splotches. Okay, so that'll go on there. Okay, so let's see. I need to cut this down. Let me mark it. I think I want this to go over just a bit, so I'm going to tear it actually right there. But then I want it to be up here. I think here I'm going to trim it. I'm going to use my paper trimmer so it's straight. Or, yeah. That was not even on the line. I completely missed the mark. Oh, wow. I don't quite know what happened there. That was really weird. Okay, now, here's... Do I tear this way? Yeah. Oh, I did it right that time. Okay, so here and here, and then I want this edge to go over, but on the other side, I don't want to see white, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. This is gonna get cut if I don't close this up and create. Oh, hold on. No, I don't want that to go over because then I'll cover the tab. Wow, maybe I shouldn't craft late at night, and this isn't even late at night. It's like 9 o'clock. That's not gonna work. You know what? I have a plan. I have a plan. I have a plan. I have a plan. Okay, let's just ink this top. Oh, paper destroyer, where are you? There, I like that. I like the paper destroyer. I like the edge it gives it just a bit more. This I will ink when I do the whole thing, because I will come back and ink this whole thing. And I have to remember there's going to be the tabs. Oh, I'm so glad I thought of that. So when I do the whole binding, there's going to be a tab that's going to go over. So as I make these pages, I'm going to have to be mindful of maybe 1/4 of an inch in. I'm not going to want to have anything significant that can't be covered by some sort of tab. And I think the tab I'm going to use, let me see if I can find it. So I have these, I don't know really what they are. They're Tim Holtz. They're a fabric, like a canvas kind of a tape thing. So I have these two. I'm going to a really huge craft store this weekend. I'm super excited. I just feel like there aren't a lot of brick and mortar kind of craft stores, especially in my area, other than Joann Fabrics. And they always look like they're in the stage of, some stage of closing. But the store I'm going to, it's about an hour away from my house. It's an annual not vacation. It feels like a vacation. It's just a trip, just a day trip with 2 of my crafty friends. And we go, we have dinner and we shop and we just have a good time. We do it every year in November. And I have started a massive list of crafty supplies I want to buy because I'll be able to physically touch them, hold them, look at them, oogle and ogle and all the things. Anyway, back to this. This is the other one I have, which will probably work for this. This will work, but I might see what else I can find. Or I do have the printable canvas. I could basically make my own tabs because then I'm just gluing them down. But you could do the same thing with washi. So we'll see which way I go. But keeping in mind something, and I don't know if I want it quite this wide. I'm not sure. But something like this is going to be the system for putting it all together. So I am thinking it's going to go about 1/4 of an inch in. That's about a quarter. Is that a 1/2 inch or 1/4 of an inch? Ooh, it's more of a 1/2 inch. Okay, so 1/2 inch. I'm going to have to make sure I have a 1/2 inch kind of clearance, so to speak, so that I don't cover up anything super lovely, like a picture or anything I really want to make sure I don't cover. So with that in mind, I think I'll still be good. So this is clearly going to be too wide. So I'm doing this upside down. I want to keep some of this. I don't want to get rid of too much of this splotchy coolness. Take that off. And I actually really probably should have done this with my paper trimmer in the first place because I need to square it up. And I'll take a little off. There are actually grid lines on here, so I think I do want to make sure I'm mindful of those. Yeah, this will work. Okay, the rest of this should go together fairly quickly because I don't think I have a whole lot more to do other than maybe some few embellishments. But this is now the background. Okay, it feels too clean. We need to do something to it. What do we need to do? I have no idea if this is going to show. So I'm gonna try it anyway. I just want to grunge it up a bit, but I don't quite know how I want to do that. So I'm gonna try. That's interesting, but not quite the effect I want. Let's try ground espresso. Let's go dark and see what happens. Oh yeah, that's cool. Okay. Keeping in mind, not gonna see pretty much this whole section because the pocket will be there. I'll do a few more of those just to even it out. Where's my thingy? Okay, let's do maybe one there and over here. So I don't know how much that's gonna show, but it's interesting, I guess. It kind of added like a little bit of a chalky, opaque something or other. I don't know. I feel like this is gonna look completely different during the day. I'm just gonna add a bunch of stamps and see what happens. Something will show up. What if I do one of these? I have no idea if this will show up, but I'm curious. I couldn't handle it. I just needed more stuff on it. Okay, so that makes me feel better. Now it's looking cool. Okay. So now that I have the antique linen on there, it kind of created this more of a chalky look to it. I'm gonna try going over. Yes, that's what I was looking for. It just needs more layers, more stuff on it. Yes, this is definitely the right direction. Oh, that's so cool how it goes over the flowers. Yes, I love this. Boy, I was really starting to doubt myself there for a few minutes. I was like, I don't know if I have what it takes for this project. But I do feel like I have a little more of a mojo going. Okay, I need something here. So I'm basically creating a new background paper. And I like it. Okay, I pulled out, what is this called? Eccentric? I can never remember. Maybe just these dates. I'm just gonna try that. Okay, dates are gonna go here. That's interesting. Something here. The pocket's gonna cover part of it, but that's okay. I just I'm having fun. I just want to keep going. I forgot I have this one. This is new. This is for Christmas, but it definitely, I bought it just for the simple fact that I think this would be really cool to use. I'm really, really tempted to cut it apart, but I don't think I could do it in a way that would not significantly damage it. I don't know that any of this is going to go into this page. Nope. I am excited to play with that Winter Woodlands one, though. I'm gonna do something Christmassy this year. Something, I always do a December daily album for my family, which I really enjoy doing it, but I think I want to do something grungy and, yes, Christmassy. I have an idea of using like vintage Christmas cards and ephemera. I bought some Tim Holtz stuff. I'm gonna try it. We'll see where it goes. It's not a vintage Christmas children's book, but it looks like it is. So I might end up making like an altered book or something for Christmas. Do I have enough? I think down here needs something, but I might end up stamping on the pocket that goes over that. So I'm not gonna do that yet. Uh-oh, I'm losing my stamps. Okay, it's these lights, but everything looks like it's wet and shiny. So I just feel like I don't want to smudge anything. Oh, it's smudgy. It's now smudged. That's okay. I'll just be careful. Okay, that is gonna go there. This feel is a little too perfect for me. So where is my distressing paper destroyer? Just take the edge off. Just gotta take the edge off. Okay, that's good. Definitely need some grunging. I love that word, grunge. Just grungy it, grungy it up. This is looking good. Okay, that's going there. I am going to, where's ground espresso? I'm gonna keep going with that. But instead of the oxide, I'm gonna go with the ink. Just want to, do I want to glue this down before I stamp this? Yeah, I do. Here's my glue. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. So this is printed on that Epson presentation paper, which is like a matte photo paper. So it's, I have no idea what the thickness is, but it's a good weight. I like it. It works. So right about there. Okay, so now I have a pocket. That's gonna go there. Now, I can do this. Want that to go right there. That's pretty. I'm gonna put a few more things around it or kind of under it, layered with stamping. I still have the ephemera pieces here in this little bucket. Well, that's pretty. Before I do anything else, let's see what else I've got in here. So I went through all of these, just about. And of course I still just like the very first one. So I don't know why I ever bother auditioning other things because it's always the first one. Anyhow, I did pull out this word grateful, which again, if this is kind of going to be my launch pad of this whole project, it does make sense to have that. And I like how it fits there, but this is way too white. So this will be getting some treatments. The photo I want to do more stamping around it. So I am going to go back to eccentric, but I do have, where's the stamp set that came with? Anything I want to hear? Nope. I'm going to stick with this. Let's go with this one. It says letter parcel. Sure. Where am I going to put this? I think I want to put it right there. Yep. And I'm going to stick with, oops, ground espresso. Nice and dark. There. Yeah, it's crooked. Whatever. It's fine. I think this project's gonna have to just be, I'm gonna embrace crookedness. I mean, I don't mind it at all, but it's definitely gonna have to be a part of it. What else? Do I know another number? What's this say? 95 level. Nah. So the story of this photo is that I took it this morning, and I took it because it snowed yesterday, well, the night before, and so now the littles at school need snow gear. So my daughter has snow pants and boots and the whole thing. So this morning I stuck her tennis shoes. She decided she wanted to wear, yeah, I'm going with it. She wanted to wear her boots to school. So I said, okay, fine. So I threw her tennis shoes in her snow gear bag and promptly left the snow gear bag in our laundry room as we exited the house to go to school. So as I was getting to drop them off at school, I went to grab her snow gear bag, and realized I left it at home. So I had to drive back home, which I don't live very far from their school, maybe 7 or 8 minutes. But I was supposed to drive to work. Instead, I ended up having to drive back home. And as I was coming back home, the whole sky was this beautiful purple pink color. I mean, it was just gorgeous. So this is a big nature park right by me. Just a few blocks from our house, really. I do a lot of walking and running, and there's parks and there's all kinds of cool stuff in there. Like playground parks. Anyway, this is a pasture. Right over here is horses. There's a horse stable right down the road here. So it's a wide open field. So you just get the most beautiful sunrises. So instead of going straight home, I went straight to this park, pulled over in, this is a road right here, pulled over and took this photo. So that wouldn't have happened this morning if I hadn't forgotten her snow gear. So I chose to be grateful for the extra time this morning and the extra moment, rather than frustrated that I had to spend the time to go back and get the stuff. So, yeah, it was really, really pretty. And then as I was driving down my street, in front of me was the weirdest thing, 3 deer just running down the street, in the middle of the street. And I don't live in the country. I mean, there is definitely more nature around us, but I live in a regular neighborhood on a regular street. So yeah, we had 3 deer this morning running down our street. It was super weird. I've seen them in our neighborhood before. There's a new development going up nearby us, so they took out all the cornfields, and so these poor deer have to go somewhere. So now they're in our neighborhood. Okay, that looks great. I have one more thing I want to add. I have these photo corners, and I think I'm going to add one, but I don't love this color. So I'm going to distress it or color it. I'll just keep those there. I am just going to put a little vintage photo over it. And just a tiny bit of ground espresso. There we go. And I'm only going to use one, and I'm going to go on this corner here. That is definitely not straight. There we go. So that's gonna, this is not going well. These are from Amazon. They're kind of garbagey. So, yeah, I think I'll do that. So it's going to go there. Okay, let's glue this down. Oops, I forgot to close it. That good enough? Sure. Okay. Where's the pin? Oh, here it is. Okay, so this has a pocket so that I can slip a little card in there. Oh, I forgot to put the leaf down. Ah! Okay. I'll just have to glue that back down. Whew. Let's take care of that. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with antique linen and do that whole trick. That works. And ground espresso. Is this ground espresso? Nope, that's black. Ground espresso, okay. Well, you're not even gonna see that side, so I don't know why I'm bothering. You're only gonna see, whoopsie, this side sticking out. There, okay. That will go under here. Like that. Okay, so let's ink. This is glue. I need to go to bed. All week long. It's only Wednesday, but I have been super confused on what day it is. I have no idea why, but yesterday all day I thought it was Wednesday. Today I thought it was Thursday, which I wish because I don't work Friday. But it is not. It is Wednesday. I do work tomorrow, and I totally forgot about kind of a big thing I have going on tomorrow. I have volunteers coming to my school to do some work for our Veterans Day program next week, and I was talking to a volunteer right before I left, and I said, "Oh, I'll see you next week," and she said, "Well, I'll see you tomorrow because I'm going to be here tomorrow to do that project," and I went, "Oh, are we doing that tomorrow?" Okay, so yeah, I just had a rough go this week. I'm sure I'm blaming it. I am 100% blaming it on the medications I'm on, which it's probably not that at all, but that's what I'm going to say. Also, it was Halloween yesterday, and that on a Tuesday just threw me off. So that's probably a big part of it. Okay, that looks great. I like that a lot. So that'll go here, and I am going to go ahead and also distress it with a little bit of ground espresso. Okay, well, I really kind of wanted this to be a little bit more vintage, junk journaled, but I'm okay with the way this is turning out. It's cute. I like it. I could fit something else in, I suppose. Feels like it needs something there. Okay, that goes there. Well, that's all nice. Is this just too bleh? I think that's what it's gonna need. Whatever sticks in this is gonna have to fill up some of that space. And I think that's where I'm gonna pull in more of a vintage ephemera piece, some sort of vintage paper. Let's get this down first. Okay, I love this. I love this. It's beautiful. And now I just need to make like a card. Where's the folder? Let's take a look at how this is coming together. So this is going to be on here. And then I'm going to trim. Oh, I'm going to trim that more, aren't I? Crud. This is over too far. This is all over too far. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. I'm gonna glue this down, and Nope, I'm not going to glue it down. I'm going to do a stamp at the top. Then I'm going to glue it down, and then I'm going to pray that this works out. This is going to end up going over the edge, which is not a big deal because I didn't glue it down there. No, no, no. I know what I'll do. I am going to cut this side. Yes, that was definitely the way to handle that. Okay, that I'm much happier with, and that I can ink. Okay, that, and I really kind of like how that happened. Okay, I want to put something up here. What to use? I don't want to use that Postmaster one. That feels weird. But do I do sideways numbers? That's interesting. But this could be, yeah, okay. Oh wait, that's, I keep forgetting that's not that. Okay, that, and then no, I don't like this anymore. Why it matters, I don't know. Corresponding order, that's always fun. Shipment collect, orders attended to day or night, filed, received. Oh, let's do this one. We'll do, nope, that's not how that goes. It's time for my sleepy time tea and to go to bed because I'm clearly not thinking straight. Okay, I've got one there. I'm thinking maybe, I'm tempted to have something go all the way across. Oh, I know. Let's just do some more of this one. How about whatever this is? Can go across the top here. Yeah. Need a bigger block. Okay, this will go across. Where's it going? Here. That's so cool. I'm so glad again, this could be a hijacked design. I don't really know, but I'm really glad I bought this stamp and cut it apart. But this is kind of the stuff I'm thinking of, similar kind of a vibe for one of the stamp sets that I want to develop, which I have heard from a few of you now. I made a reference in one of my most recent videos about how I am thinking about developing and manufacturing a stamp set, or a line of stamp sets rather, that are specifically for us that love this whole vintage junk journaling vibe. And it's been a resounding yes so far. So I was talking to my husband about it tonight, and I told him I'm pretty excited about the idea, and he was all for it. So I think it's a go. I just have to, it's going to be a process to get all of the designs, and I got a lot of work ahead of me to figure out what I can and can't use, and I don't know anything yet about copyright and, you know, all of that stuff. So I have a long process ahead of me, but I am excited because I think it'll be fun to create some really unique stamp sets that we could all enjoy. Some numbers peeking out. Okay, one more little thing here because it just feels like it needs something. And then I think one card and I'm good. Does this go here now? Yeah. Okay, I've finished stamping across the top. I just added that last one there. And there's a little blank spot here, but I think I have to be okay with it. The only other thing I was looking at was, of course, a few splatters right there. And there. Okay, now, last thing I want to do for this page, and that's, I think I've definitely decided this is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4 or a 1, 2, and then I could tip something in 3, 4. So it could be 5, 6. I don't know yet. I could get a lot of bang for my buck here, but I'm definitely liking the way this is going. So I want to do a little card, and I realized that is perfect. So I think that's going to be what goes in there, but let me glue this down first. Okay, that's glued down, and that ain't going nowhere. I used an abundance of glue. I think I have to clean this tip inside out because it feels a little clogged. I don't think I'm gonna ink it yet because I think I'm gonna wait until it's completely done and hope I remember to go over the whole thing at the same time. And that way I can make a decision if I'm gonna go dark and ground espresso, or I'm gonna go a little lighter. And then I will be covering this in the next section I do, the next page. And then I will deal with this at that time. So for right now, I'm not gonna worry about inking anything else, but I am going to figure out what I wanna do with this card. I don't know if it needs to be quite that tall, although I do, yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like how tall it is. So that's going to be like that. I don't really know if I'm going to do much to this. This is where I will do any journaling. So I want to make it look pretty. So I think I'll just make it look cute. So when I printed out the Ultimate Ephemera, I printed, well, I wasn't paying attention, and my my printer ran out of the good paper and started printing on copy paper, which now I'm not that mad about because these are much thinner and great for this exact purpose of just kind of using it to cover something up but not carrying so much about it. So I'm just going to use this set piece right here. And then this will be kind of the background to that library card. And then on the other side, it's a really cool piece. I don't really know what I got to do a ton, but I'm thinking of some stamping, of course. So this is going to go here. This will just go on top, nothing special. Glue stick. Okay, I don't really need to worry about gluing this down, so I'm just gonna use my glue stick because again, it's just copy paper. It should go on pretty easily, and it's probably not even straight, and I do not care. In fact, I know it's not straight, and I am not worried about it. It's just meant to cover up the back, just so there's not a white card. Let's take that off. Okay. That also gives some weight to this card, which is kind of nice. And I'm about to add some more weight because I'm putting this library card on. Yeah, see, no big deal. That's pretty cool, actually. Then this is gonna go here, and I'm gonna do it crooked because why not? Glue, and like that. Maybe a little too crooked. I want it on the page. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that stays down. If not, I'll just glue the edges down. Uh-oh. Eek. Yeah, I have to do some more gluing. I'll just make sure it's down. I don't want it to come off. So that's where I will write something about this beautiful sunrise. And let's see, should I add a little something to it? Maybe a sticker or something? I pulled these out. Well, I need to leave room for writing, so maybe I don't use one of these. I do like these though. I will use them on something, but not this. I grabbed washi tape. I have lots of that. No, just something, That there and something on the bottom. Let's try a little of this. This is that plus minus tape. I don't know exactly what it is, but we'll just do that there just for some interest. Okay, other side. This is going in here. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Paper destroyer, where are you? Just give it a little bit of an edge. That's how you're getting dull? That can't be. And I know I use this thing a lot, but not that much. And let's do, yeah, vintage. Where is vintage? Where are you? I feel like I hold this weird. I always end up grabbing it like this. It feels weird. Just naturally, somehow that's how it works out sometimes. I did not ink the library card, which is fine. I'm gonna be okay with that. Okay, so that's the top. That goes like that. It's gonna go in here. I really just want to use, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna use one of these. Let's see if there's something cool. Ooh, that's pretty. Anything else? Oh, these are so cool. Okay, that's, I think I went all the way around. Okay, I'll use this. I'm gonna put it up here. Gonna go there, and then something here, maybe one of the other ones. Only thing I struggle with is that some of these ones, the plasticky ones, the pet tapes, I don't know really what it's called, they are shiny, so that sometimes bugs me a little, but gonna have to embrace it. That one's cool. I'm gonna do that one. Why not? So these are all ones that I've just cut, kind of like I did that roll where I cut one off. So I just went through and took a whole series or loop, whatever you call it, and I cut them all down. Okay, this one will go here. Oh, I can't get my fingers to work. I'm gonna do like that. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Then I was thinking, I hope I don't regret this, but I was thinking if I could get my fingers to work. Oh my gosh. That was way too difficult. But I'm thinking of doing, oh gosh, I think I'm gonna regret this. Yep, wish I hadn't done that. Oh, I don't love it, but it is what it is. That ain't coming off, I already know that. Is it? Is it? Ooh, that is definitely not coming off. You know what? I'll probably look at it in a day and I'll think it's great. So I'm just not going to worry about it. Okay. I think that's it. Okay. So here is the first page. I will take pictures of this in the daylight before I do the editing and throw up a still picture at the end. But for now, this is the first page of my gratitude documented book. So I will do page 2, potentially stick something in for page 3, 4, 5, 6, or it'll be page 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I might change my mind completely by the time I do page 2, and I might come in and glue and sew this shut somehow and create a pocket. I'm going to give that some time to think about. But for now, here is day 1. What I am grateful for on day 1 is a beautiful sunrise and the time to view this and have that extra special moment this morning. So what could have been something agitating, I have chosen to turn into something to be grateful for. So that was the sunrise this morning. And then I have this little card. I didn't put anything on the bottom because it really won't come out very often. And then I am going to, once I turn the camera off, do a little writing to just document what this is for, what it was, and why I'm grateful for it. So there we are. We are off and running, friends. So thank you so much for joining me today in this kind of crazy little adventure. Wasn't really sure where this page was going. Didn't have a plan, and that's probably how this project will just go. So again, thanks for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends.